Eyewitness News starts right now with breaking news.
19 to Metro. Is this going to be an active shooter at the high school?
10-4. It's going to be a black long rifle, AR-15. 7 students have been shot.
Metro, put that out. We need everybody we can.
You don't want the Metro. Whatever's going on is not actual. Negative. I'm in the hallway now. There's nothing going on that I know of.
Right now, police are investigating after false school shootings are reported at South Charleston and Huntington High School. This is happening in other parts of West Virginia as well today. Now, we have team coverage of this situation that's been causing panic throughout the area today. Eyewitness News anchor Ava Rash is at South Charleston High School, and Gil McClanahan is at Huntington High.
Collective sigh of relief as the community now knows that this report of a shooting was just a false call.
And I just go into sheer mom panic, knowing that you cannot go in there and get your baby.
What should have been a normal morning for high school students across our state turned into panic and fear.
There is an active shooter at South Charleston High School. 7 students will be shot in the class.
So there's an active shooter at South Charleston High School?
And this is very real, very legit, very humbling. This is certainly one that every school administrator and every parent fears.
A student with a gun on campus. Eyewitness News reporter Bob Aaron has been following the absolute latest developments for us all morning.
Authorities believe that one of the 2 juveniles arrested had the intention to shoot at least one person here at Ripley Middle School.
We're following breaking news right now in Putnam County, where a member of the Putnam County Sheriff's Department has shot a person at a mobile home park. Eyewitness News reporter Hannah Klein joins us live on scene.
Now take a look. We're at Camelot Village Mobile Home Park on Camelot Road. The neighbors here are shaken and also wondering what exactly happened that led up to the shooting.
Welcome back to Eyewitness News at noon. We're following breaking news for you right now. Eyewitness News reporter Bob Aaron is live now with the very latest on the situation after this accident from early this morning.
Tractor trailer rig crashed on that bridge. It was carrying a dozen totes, each carrying 275 gallons of a chemical called amines.
It's expected to kill even more fish as it flows towards Canal River.
Dead fish worm, 30,000 dead fish.
135 days since the chemicals went into Paint Creek, leaving dead fish, unanswered questions.
Stepped outside during a commercial break and heard 4 gunshots and then police flying down Piedmont Road. Well, Eyewitness News reporter Danielle Dendak is live right now.
It's a very chaotic scene. People are trying to get home, asking questions of what's going on. But like I just said, one person was shot here at Vista View Apartments.
Stole the ambulance and then crashed it into the Canal River. They did recover her body early this morning.
A Cedar Grove ambulance pulled from the bottom of the Canal River on Thanksgiving morning.
A 12-year-old and a 3-year-old boy, they were all found shot to death inside of their home right before Christmas. And for the first time, we are reporting that suspect's name and showing you his face. This is exclusive video from inside the courtroom as Gavin Smith's charges.
And breaking right now in Nicholas County, we have confirmed several people have been shot.
Emergency crews say there was an active shooter on Birch River on Holcomb Drive.
Yeah, right here is a visual of where all this is reported to have been unfolding.
Here standing along Powell's Creek Road, but this is where we're told to stand for now as we wait to get more information. But we can tell you that 2 Nicholas County deputies have been shot here in the Birch River area.
Just want to reiterate a couple facts for you. First responders are reporting that several people have been shot, including 2 deputies.
That I have just confirmed from several sources. 1 Nicholas County deputy is confirmed dead. The other Nicholas County deputy that was shot in this incident was brought here to Summersville Regional Medical Center.
There's just a whole lot of visuals still coming into the newsroom. Ava Rash was just talking about the dozens of Charleston police officers that were in front of CAMC earlier. Here's some pictures from that earlier. This was earlier this evening. You can see the line of Charleston police officers that were lining up just outside of CAMC General Hospital there.
There's still plenty of evidence of the violence of Friday night. Bullet holes over almost the entirety of this recreational vehicle. And the silence and tragedy of the death of an officer.
Honoring a hero, Officer Thomas Baker. Eyewitness News special coverage starts right now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. Welcome to a special edition of Eyewitness News at 6. Eyewitness News anchor Dave Benton is live outside the Summersville Arena and Convention Center where the funeral is being held.
Gina, so many people have converged here at this arena. Hundreds of law enforcement officers, firefighters, EMS personnel all came here to pay their respects to Tom Baker. Eyewitness News reporter Megan Bashir was at the visitation earlier. She caught up with many law enforcement officers who said it's just their duty to come here and respect their brother in blue.
It's another emotional day in Nicholas County as members of the public, law enforcement officers, and first responders all pay tribute to a man who made the ultimate sacrifice.
Now, as our team coverage continues, our own Eyewitness News reporter Anna Saunders also in Summersville with a look at the procession set for Deputy Baker. Anna?
Yeah, that's right, Gina. At the conclusion of the ceremony, community members will line the streets, and the sea of law enforcement you see behind me will process Deputy Baker to his final resting place.
You're taking a live look inside the funeral for Deputy Thomas Baker. The funeral started around 5:30 and has featured sermons from faith leaders and speeches from community commissions. Again, if you want to watch the full funeral, we have it streaming over on our website and Facebook page.
World War II hero and the last living Medal of Honor recipient, Herschel Woodrow Williams, known affectionately as Woody, has passed away. The 98-year-old died at 3:15 this morning, surrounded by family at the VA Medical Center in Huntington that bears his name. This is video as he was brought from the center to the funeral home late this morning.
Herschel Woodrow Williams, the youngest of 11 children, was born and raised on a dairy farm in Quietdale, West Virginia in 1923. At 20 years old, Woody, as he came to be called, joined the Marine Corps, serving in the Battle of Iwo Jima with the 21st Marines, 3rd Division.
3rd Marine Division was a reserve division to the 4th and 5th Marine Divisions, and they, on the way up there, they told us we'd probably never even get off ship.
Honoring a hero, Herschel Woody Williams. Eyewitness News special coverage starts right now.
Good evening, and that's first tonight at 6 o'clock. And tonight we have team coverage as we honor the life of Woody Williams. Now, Eyewitness News reporter Bob Aaron joins us from the Gold Star Memorial here in Charleston, and Anna Saunders at the Herschel Woody Williams VA Center in Huntington, where people are paying their respects to the Marine.
Again, like you mentioned, from the breaking news that we saw not too long ago from Senator Shelley Moore Capito, proud to announce that Woody Williams will lie in state at the U.S. Capitol and represent the last of the greatest generation to which we owe so much. And
news anchor Dave Benton joins us live now from Washington, D.C. And Dave, the tributes to the last surviving Medal of Honor recipient and hero of the Battle of Iwo Jima have been pouring in.
It was quite the sight to see, and it just gave everyone a good feeling, and just to know how much Woody Williams meant not only to West Virginia, but also now the country. Reporting.
Welcome to the 2022 Charleston City Council At-Large Town Hall Forum, live from the Walker Theater at the Clay Center, and brought to you by Wchs-Tv and Charleston Main Streets. Now to our moderators, Kenny Bass and Rick Cavender.
We also, of course, want to thank WCHS, our partner, to put this on to better educate our electorate and our public to make good decisions as they go to vote.
Good evening, and thank you for choosing Eyewitness News as your election headquarters.
It's been a busy day in our area and around the country, but we're beginning to see the smoke clear. We have team coverage in Kanawha, Putnam, and Cabell counties, as well as national results that we'll get to in just a moment.
Amendment 2 has gone down 2-1. It's not coming back. It's over. Your thoughts, because you were one of the main opponents of Amendment 2, along with, of course, Governor Justice.
Misleading the public on their intentions with this Amendment 2, saying that they went off on their own into a direction that he didn't want to go as far as trying to cut taxes in the state.
West Virginia losing a congressional seat following the 2020 census. We're now seeing two incumbent congressmen go head-to-head. We're joined now by Eyewitness News reporter Anthony Kahn, who is in Charlestown, and Jamie Baker in Wheeling. Both set up with Representatives Alex Moody and David McKinley fighting for the District 2 seat.
And Gil McClanahan is in Huntington for the District 1 race with incumbent Congresswoman Carol Miller.
Eyewitness News starts right now with severe weather.
A massive storm ripped right through our area, leaving a lot of damage behind, Doug.
Yeah, unfortunately, just as we were getting everybody back online, Power Crews has done such a great job from Monday's storms. We're back to square one.
It's a tornado, Allen Creek, Southridge, South Charleston, the storm that's headed your way. You want to make sure you're seeking shelter. That's the biggest thing. Seek shelter. Make sure you're in the interior portion of your home, lowest level of your home possible.
Video you're about to see, take a look at this. This is crazy. So as we pulled up on this entrance ramp here from Haynes Branch Road, a car literally tried to drive in.
Actually, right now in Indian Creek Village, as you can see, there is this large tree that got knocked down onto this house.
Is live on the scene in Jackson County right now. And Brandon, what are you seeing where you are?
This video here, this next video is video you're only going to see here on WCHS. You can see this video of Ripley Elementary School. This is where I'm standing right now, but inside the school, significant damage as water continues to fill hallways, classrooms, as well as the gym, and the main breaker room as well is underwater. And with water continuing to rise in the main breaker room, the Appalachian Power Crews are on their way here to shut power down to the school.
Have live team coverage all across our region. Anthony Kahn is in Kanawha County. Anna Saunders is in Cabell County, hearing from Huntington Mayor Steve Williams. And Danielle Dindak, she's trying to get to Roane County.
Alongside 2 Mile Creek, which has been causing the problems here for residents. I was speaking with Brian, who lives just in this house off here to the side. He said that earlier this area was all underwater. He was
traveling out here and you're trying to get home and you're still at work, well, you might have to find another place to stay because, as we know right now, just talking to people in the Spencer area, there might not be a way to get to Spencer. But
this is from Huntington. This is the Enslow area near Ritter Park. Look at this water just rushing through homes, RVs, cars. This is a scary video here, and we've seen numerous videos just like this.
Intense video that you were showing us there. Here's a look right now at the scene of a bus crash on North Elk River Road. The crash happened less than an hour ago.
And that produced over 4 inches of rain just since midnight. Ended up with about 4.5 inches of rain total for Charleston. But that marks today as the third wettest day on record in Charleston history.
in Fayette County, like here in Smithers, where residents and emergency officials are trying to clean up after a massive amount of rain.
Never like this. Not like this. I'm shocked.
Stormwater's overtaking roads, yards, and homes in Smithers Monday.
But neighbors already looking ahead, concerned about the long term.
But most of this is just come out of it's just washed in here out of the holler.
Teresa Cooper's driveway on Stockton Street in Smithers, now a collection of the area's debris.
The real concern is that this is just the beginning.
Creek still neck and neck with the banks, and this is calm compared to what Gilbert Creek looked like earlier this afternoon.
Scared to death. Scared to death. Thought we were going to lose everything we own.
Tonight with team coverage, Hannah Klein is following first responders for us who are working hard to save lives and fight fires despite these subarctic temperatures.
And Anna Saunders has been out catching up with people trying to grab vital supplies as we prepare for more of this bitter cold.
That rapid drop in temperature, so everything's going to get icy. The wind is going to kick up as well, and those wind chills are going to be brutal for tomorrow. Tomorrow, going to be one of the coldest days in memory around here, that's for sure. But good luck trying to measure any of this stuff anyway. I mean, it's going to fall tonight with wind gusts 40, 45 miles an hour. So any snow that's on the roofs that initially going to come right off. Water's not falling right now. That is amazing. That is Cathedral Falls right now. It is completely iced over.
And you've got dry conditions, throw in flames and wind, and you've got a forest fire and trouble.
Those winds gusting around 30 miles an hour right now. The winds are actually going to pick up later on tonight. They might subside a bit this evening. The relative humidity will creep up a bit for tonight.
We have several laws that you have to follow in West Virginia, Kentucky, and Ohio when it comes down to spring fire season. First off, in West Virginia, you are not allowed. It is illegal to burn.
Tells me about 30 acres are currently burning in Kanawha State Forest. I'm going to move out of the way. Earlier tonight, about 120 acres of the forest was on fire.
Great shot right now, and even though it's a little humid outside, you know, at least when the wind blows, it feels pretty good.
Yeah. Right, and this tree's very green, all that rain we've been seeing.
In this Eyewitness News Investigates Cold Case Files, we take a hard look at the case.
When he was found, it was not with Chandis.
No.
No, he was alone.
Who her mother thinks holds the answers and what they had to say to me in a letter from prison.
He was the last person seen with her.
Now their hope is that someone somewhere has that missing piece to the puzzle that they've so desperately searched for almost 2 decades. In life, the baby boy had no one. The only arms to hold him, the ones that threw him to his death. 14 people called 911 after hearing the shots.
My wife and I hit the floor because they sounded that close. Man, we've got numerous calls on it.
Okay, it was a lot of shots.
But none of them saw what happened.
Oh my God, please, we've gotten lots of calls.
Yeah, it was like 40 damn shots. It's right beside my house.
What's your phone number? You don't hear any guys.
Was any report of shooting?
It was a lot of shots.
Did somebody get shot?
Within minutes, police would find Lorena Blake shot multiple times, clinging to life next to her car where she had been unloading groceries.
Eyewitness News starts right now with breaking news.
Right now, we are following breaking news as that special legislative session is underway at the West Virginia State Capitol. Eyewitness News reporter Ava Rash is live there with the newest developments. Ava, what's happening?
Well, Jennifer, right now, Governor Jim Justice just issued a proclamation asking the legislature to clarify and modernize West Virginia abortion laws.
Eyewitness News reporter Bob Aaron and Kenny Bass are live at the Capitol. And Kenny, we'll start with you.
House Committee on Health and Human Resources is taking a swing at the bill, which the governor surprised lawmakers with today when he added it to the call of the special session. The governor saying he wanted to modernize and clarify West Virginia's abortion laws, which date back to 1849, a law that we took in from Virginia when the state was formed back in 1863.
As lawmakers met for the second day of the special session.
Yeah, in our live team coverage tonight, let's first head to Eyewitness News reporter Kenny Bass.
Opponents to the measures cite the up to 10-year penalty for health care providers.
Disgusted and disheartened are 2 words I've heard from women today about this bill.
It is the most insulting and dangerous piece of legislation that I have seen come through this body.
Say they are pro-life. What about my life? And does my life not matter to you?
Two sides demanding to be heard as lawmakers determine how West Virginia's abortion law will be written. We're live with team coverage from the Capitol on day 3 of the special session. And breaking just into the newsroom, House Bill 302 has passed 69-23 with 8 absent. Now, this is the bill that clarifies West Virginia's abortion law following the U.S. Supreme Court overturning Roe versus Wade.
The last-minute amendment for rape and incest just in the last few hours. Eyewitness News reporters Kenny Bass and Megan Beshara are following every development.
Voices of those opposed to the bill that echoed through the Capitol Rotunda today. Now, abortion rights advocates took their rally to the offices of the Speaker of the House and Majority Leader today.
Are we murdering a child in that womb or not? And the answer is yes, we are.
Katie Quinones, the director of Women's Health Center, the state's only abortion provider, speaking passionately about her opposition to the bill.
This bill will cause broad and unrelenting harms beyond whether or not a West Virginian can get an abortion.
She went past the time limit and was physically removed from House chambers as the crowd cheered her on.
And this was the scene at the West Virginia State Capitol today. The sound of protesters reverberating across the rotunda. The noise heard even behind the closed doors of both the House and Senate today as both chambers passed House Bill 302, which effectively banned abortions in the state of West Virginia with few exceptions.
That's where we're tracking some torrential rainfall, a lot of lightning here. On air with our special weather alert day, so you know when Mother Nature could significantly impact your life.
And we are tracking a weather alert day for Sunday where we could see some localized high water concerns. And in the palm of your hand with the Eyewitness News Storm Team Weather app.
And Monday morning will be here before you know it. And Eyewitness News this morning is the place to turn for breaking news.
Out of Lincoln County, A large police presence along Coal River Road in between Tornado and Alum Creek in the 4900 block. Emergency officials confirming there has been a shooting there.
And we're keeping an eye on traffic so you know what to expect when you hit the road.
Following a traffic situation in downtown Charleston, we're giving you a live look at West Virginia.
And this week, a special Eyewitness News investigation.
We're looking into how the city of Charleston compensates employees it hires.
In almost every case, those workers are part-time. They fill out a time card every week and are paid for the hours they work.
But lead investigative reporter Kenny Bass discovered that two high-ranking members of Mayor Amy Goodwin's administration apparently had different deals.
One worked as the mayor's personal assistant for nearly 2.5 years, and the other is still a key member of Goodwin's team.
What our investigation found Tuesday on Eyewitness News.
Both of the employees we focused on retired from their careers with the state before taking new jobs with the city of Charleston. To keep their pensions intact, they had to be hired through United Talent Staffing Services. Since Jane Bostick took the position of special assistant to the mayor in January 2019, she hasn't missed any work. Bostick's been paid 40 hours a week for 190 straight weeks. To explore that more deeply, Eyewitness News submitted a Freedom of Information Act request with the city of Charleston earlier this year and another updated request in June. Documents show Bostick earned between $44 and $50 an hour for 40 hours every week since she started. She hasn't been off the job a single day, even for holidays. The holiday part is important because Bostick is not a full-time City of Charleston employee. Since she works through United Talent Staffing, that company does not offer vacation, sick, or personal days for its associates who work for their clients.
Two high-ranking members of Charleston Mayor Amy Goodwin's administration didn't fill out timesheets, but were still credited with 40 hours a week every week. One of them has yet to take a day off, even on holidays.
I think this all the way across the board is not right.
We're talking to the people who represent you as we follow the money Tuesday. Eyewitness News.
We have exclusive new information on our ongoing investigation into the city of Charleston's spending practices.
Eyewitness News has learned from multiple sources that the West Virginia State Auditor's Office has an active and open review taking place of the city of Charleston's finances.
Overdose deaths inside West Virginia's 10 jails are now the second leading cause of death. Only heart disease is killing more people.
Our investigation found that of the 22 confirmed overdose deaths inside West Virginia jails since 2017, 55% of those were within the first 2 days of incarceration. Drug and alcohol overdoses make up 23% of the total number of deaths since 2017, second only to natural causes like heart disease. The number, though, is likely even higher. There are 19 deaths where a cause is still pending.
A lot of the information and data we have up on our website right now that we compiled through those open records requests is being seen for the first time. You can take a look at all of that information right now on our website, Wchs-Tv.com.
It's 2 o'clock on a Saturday morning. Neighbors at 816 Canal Boulevard East are awakened by gunfire in the parking lot next to their building.
Do you see?
2 weeks later, more gunfire, a woman firing random shots, appearing to try and break up a fight. Police just feet away, part of the extra patrols Charleston police has sent since that June 4th shooting to be there on Fridays and Saturdays when the bars are shutting down. 911 call logs show dozens of noise complaint reports along with calls about shots fired, fights, destruction of property, and other calls for help.
It is nothing like Charleston, West Virginia should ever be.
Almost 6 years now after West Virginia's deadly 2016 flood, there are still people waiting to return home. However, that number was recently reduced by 1 following an Eyewitness News investigation about improper liens attached to some flood replacement homes. That investigation led us to a man living in dire circumstances and unsure of when he would be made whole again. Eyewitness News lead investigative reporter Kenny Bass has his story.
As for Cross, while nothing can take away the pain from his years of waiting and uncertainty, he says he appreciates efforts to get the house completed more quickly, even if it shaved just a few weeks off of the schedule.
Well, I know the work on it really amped up after the interview,
which I didn't think would happen. But evidently you got some pull that no one else did, because no other news crews come on to ask me anything. No one showed up. So thank you.
Eyewitness News investigation apparently did something 10 years of complaints couldn't do. That's for a Putnam County farmer who could not get a down Frontier communications line removed from her property.
A Frontier official conceded to me that this was completely unacceptable, promised to fix it, and crews put the line back on the poles on Monday.
They finally showed up and they finally got the line out of my field.
It's been debated.
Because I don't believe that I'm responsible for the actions of my ancestors 100 years old.
Challenged.
That we protect our kids from brainwashing.
At our Capitol and beyond.
Does this make you feel uncomfortable?
But while debates and bills circle our schools, what do the students inside think?
I feel like us learning about each other and our pasts, you know, the good, the bad, and the ugly, I think it'll help us to have more of these conversations.
Faith Reynolds, Tatiana Tolliver, Kadeja Davis, and Tristan Freeman. 4 different students from different schools, from different backgrounds, but they all agree the history lessons they've learned in public school so far have room to go deeper.
It's a crisis in the classroom, and Eyewitness News reporter Leslie Rubin has been there for every development along the way. And now she's sitting down with parents who are pushing for change to the laws that they say would better protect some of the state's most vulnerable children.
Rick, parents were undoubtedly stunned and shaken when these reports started coming out last year.
Your classroom into a place of what can only be described as torture.
Torture at the hands of a teacher trusted with the most vulnerable students. And for the first time, we're seeing a glimpse of the abuse that happened inside Nancy Boggs' classroom at Holtz Elementary. Chairs pulled out from under students. A child shoved across the classroom, jerked by her hair, while forced to sit for hours in isolation behind a partition. Comprehensive coverage from the courtroom as the man accused of murdering a Charleston police officer goes before a jury. We'll have the most experienced reporters in the courtroom to cover every development, only on Eyewitness News.
Are you still planning to take this to trial?
Yes.
You want to not guilty is what you say?
Yeah. Self-defense.
Powerful closing arguments from the state today as they said that they have proved every element of first-degree murder in this case. The defense, though, is still sticking to that self-defense claim.
She's a police officer trained not to shoot a suspect on the ground. She's dead.
Was it willful, deliberate, premeditated? Today, a jury said it wasn't. They found Joshua Phillips guilty of second-degree murder.
A police officer who died.
Yes, and I'm
so sorry about that. But he said all through the incident. Can we just talk once so we can understand what everyone said?
Well, I'm just done. I'm done with it all.
The high school football season in the mountain state of West Virginia enters week 4. For Cabell Midland and South Charleston, it is game 3. The two programs are coached by former Marshall stars Luke Salmons of Cabell Midland and Carl Lee of South Charleston. The Knights look to move to 2-1 while SC searches for victory number 1. It's Cabell Midland and South Charleston set to collide on our Parmar Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week, presented by Optimum.
Traveling West Virginia with award-winning photojournalist Brad Rice.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
We're out here today looking for morel mushrooms. It's spring. They're a staple of mountain culture. You go out and look for morels in the spring. You hear them called molly moochers, dryland fish, hickory chickens.
I've never caught a muskie.
I'm pretty sure it's a big muskie. My man.
A muskie lunch.
We
do you think, Brandon? Oh, man. Ambush predator here.
Hey, we're feeding families for 2022, and this is our second week of working hard with you. You're doing all the legwork. We're just sitting here telling you about it and how thankful we are, especially those folks at the Union Mission. This year we've got a lot going on also with our flood victims and everyone. We're asking for help for all of it. The tools that you can help us with are the loose leaf binders, the pencils, the pens, all the good things that the kids are going to need. Guess what? We're right in the middle of the bus arriving. We're going to try to stuff this bus. So what is your job to do? Is to get out, buy a toy, drop it off here. Tomorrow we will be at Calvin Broyles. Next week we'll be at the Walmart location out on Corridor G. You can go in the store, buy a toy, drop it off, right? Like, drop it off, right?